Howdy ho! It's December 31st, which means this is the last stream of the year for me. As promised, we are going to continue what I had promised off stream last session, which is we're going to be doing Zhongli's story quests. Now, I don't know how I didn't know this, but apparently today is also Zhongli's birthday, which makes this stream very appropriate, all things considered. It's going to be a bit of a shorter stream. We're pretty much only going to be doing the Zhongli missions and nothing else. So, not a lot of filler today. Lastly, the challenge rules are more or less the same. Deaths, subs, stream boss, all of that still leads to wishing. Bits and whatnot, you can all contribute towards that, but that's not important. Y'all are here for Zhongli. It's GEO Daddy's birthday, so we're going to get to it just as soon as we load in. Yeah, look at that blinding white screen. Get it right in the eyes. We're going to actually start my backup recording right here. But yeah, happy birthday, Zhongli. I hope everyone's looking forward to the new year. And hopefully we don't die a lot. I have a feeling we won't die a lot. But I've been wrong before. Fingers crossed we don't have to do much more than 5 wishes today. We're probably only going to be streaming for about 4 or 5 hours. First things first, I think we have to unlock it. Historia Antiqua, Chapter 1. Shadow of Yore. Go to the Pearl Galley. You and Paimon recognize a familiar face as you come aboard the Pearl Galley. Ooh, we chunkin'. Can we warp to the Jade Chamber? Okay. We traded one loading screen for this. Why can't this dark loading screen be the main loading screen when you start the game? So you don't blind your life. It's like they heard the complaints about the fucking loading screen, so they made this dark one, but they didn't get rid of the original black as or bright as day, staring directly into the sun white one. I have made a mistake. We need Amber in the party. Because my item grinding team is still here. We just gotta get my team comp ready. Sorry, Goro. You've been replaced.
Leave it to me.
Gliding champion, let's go. We need all that stamina for going out into the middle of the ocean. I haven't played in a couple days, so I might be a little bit rusty. Been playing a pretty decent amount of Chrono Trigger. We're about 8 or so hours into the game, which means I think we're about a third of the way through the game. In lighter news, I don't know if this will be a straightforward stream because there is a humongous storm directly outside my door. I don't know if you can actually hear that, but it's basically raining buckets. Personally, I am somewhat concerned that I might actually lose internet connection during the storm, because that is pretty normal, all things considered. Nailed it.
I'll race you there.
Alright, so plan of action. Glide to ship. Step 2, don't drown. There is no step 3. Alright, I think we can make it to the boat from here. I honestly didn't know there was a boat out here. Does this boat only spawn if I have this mission unlocked? Oh no, there's a Geoculus up there. This boat is always here. Permission to come aboard. What's the best way to get up here? Lee the Ninth. Huh, you seem to be out of place. Who invited you aboard? Oh, it's just about the most unconventional entrance any visitor has ever made to the Pearl Galley. I'm just here to have a look. You're no different from any other guest in that sense. Everyone comes here just to have a look. Then they like what they see, then they stay a little longer. Before you know it, they can't drag themselves away. Nevertheless, despite the impromptu means by which you arrived here, you are an esteemed guest from afar, and we welcome you as any other. It would simply be bad manners to show you the door after you've only just arrived. But we can't let you break the rule, okay? Otherwise, I'm the one who'll have to answer the boss. What rule? Simple and straightforward rule. Guests can only be allowed here by invitation. Most who sneak in despite knowing the rule are petty criminals and with dubious intentions. Don't fret, I'm well aware that you snuck in by accident. Blissfully unaware of the rule, you are no criminal. Who's clapping? All the guests you see here are here by invitation. By the boss's rules, they have the right to invite other guests too. So if you're planning on dropping in more often, it would be best to mingle with the guests and see if you can talk one of them into giving you an invitation letter. Challenge accepted. Maybe I could talk you into it instead. Challenge accepted. A smooth operator. I like your style. Okay, I'll be waiting here. I just got like a new quest line, huh? Oh yeah, I forgot that we started that. Alright.
Oh? I didn't think I would see you here.
Happy birthday, man!
Are these two your friends?
Wanyan.
Yes, we had the fortune of meeting not too long ago. They are quite a knowledgeable and talented pair, and a pleasure to be around.
I don't know about knowledgeable, but talented they are indeed.
Traveler, we were just discussing the history of Rex Lapis. Would you like to listen?
Why not?
This, good sir, seems not to appreciate the almighty power of the Lord of GEO. As a professional archaeologist, I'm inclined to correct some of his erroneous views.
No one knows better than him.
We are discussing the whereabouts of the first Mora.
The first Mora?
The first Mora?
As everyone knows, the Lord of GEO taught the ancient people of Yore the craft of smelting, creating goods that allowed them to develop trade with the early nations of that time. Today, Yore holds the sole right to cast Mora in the entire continent of Teyvat. The world's very first Mora should have been cast by the hands of the Lord of GEO himself thousands of years ago.
Makes me wonder about those people who save like their first dollar that they make into like a frame. I always thought that was like a neat little ritual that a lot of places do. It's very commemorative. But I wonder how many of them it actually is that first dollar. Because, I mean, we live in a very digital age now. I wouldn't be surprised that the first dollar that was made these days is just via debit or credit card. Or even Apple Pay.
According to my research, as well as my own hypothesis, I believe that this coin of unique historical significance has been passed down secretly through the years as a kind of token.
That's a conspiracy theory right there.
For example, perhaps the Qixing who control the Liyue use it in some kind of unknown ceremony they hold when they come to power.
That is pure speculation.
No. My research indicates that the first Mora coin is not such a simple thing. Mora is a catalyst. This we all know. Even today, Mora is used in the mystic arts for its curious properties of weapon enhancement.
Oh, we actually use the Mora. We're not spending it. I just assumed we were spending it, like, how, like, when you craft a magic item in D&D. I didn't realize it was actually being used in the process.
The world's first Mora would no doubt possess the strongest power. My next historical treatise will boldly expound on the newest findings from my intense decade-long research.
Well, here's my theory, then. If it can be used in that way, the first Mora was spent. It's infused into a weapon in somewhere, probably a harbinger of dawn.
That is, that the Lord of GEO used this original Mora as a catalyst to enhance a dagger and a sword.
Yes, that's how money works. Thank you. Thank you for that, Matt.
A dagger and a sword?
Oh, no way. He literally just gave the same theory I did.
Well, buy the book when it comes out to read the full story. For now, I will only reveal this. The one who finds the dagger shall become supreme in Liyue, and the one who finds the sword may be crowned Liyue's sovereign.
Really? So this is like some Excalibur shit you're going off of. But at least he got the theory that I got, which was that it was probably spent and used in a weapon already.
I can't say I agree. Let us not speak of the authenticity of the dagger and sword first. But Mora and money came about simply because they are a convenient measure of a contract's value. Rex Lapis just meant for Mora to serve as a catalyst for people to exchange and trade. The world's first Mora is probably just an ordinary coin created by Rex Lapis. As for its fate, the same as all Mora, I suspect. It was simply spent somewhere.
I think that Mr. Hanshua's hypothesis seems reasonable. Mr. Zhongli's argument, on the other hand, lacks any evidence. How can you so easily dismiss the Lord of GEO's profound foresight?
How can you as easily dismiss Zhongli's theory with no evidence and completely accept the other guy's theory, which also has no evidence?
No, I am not debating right or wrong. I am simply stating a fact.
Enough! Do you think you understand the Lord of GEO more than me?
Actually, he is. We keep getting the opportunity to just say, no, he is the Lord of GEO. Aether, you know better than that. No one knows better than him.
I know but little about history, and I wouldn't dare to brag. But discussion is meaningless if everyone has the same opinion, no?
Discussion is not meaningless if everyone has the same opinion. Argument is meaningless if everyone shares the same opinion. Discussion can just simply become conversation.
Well then, answer me this. Long ago, when Liyue Harbor was being constructed, the Lord of GEO taught the people how to build houses. The model home he used to teach them was completely cast from Mora, correct?
Wait, what?
That is correct, indeed.
Then what if that house was made out of the first Mora?
Okay, then tell me. Why would the Lord of GEO do something so extravagant, if not because of the mystical power that Mora contains?
There's a simple explanation, really. To the god of wealth and commerce, what material is easier to get than Mora?
Oh.
It's like you're telling someone else's tale. You got a point there, though. He does have a really good point there.
I mean, I am talking about Rex Lapis.
Excuse me, sir. I have some questions about archaeology. Can we find somewhere quiet to chat? I mean, if it's okay with you.
Oh, it's no problem at all. But may my friend accompany us? Perhaps they could be of some help.
Who, me? I'm just here for a good story.
Of course. They can come if that's what pleases you, sir. Let's go.
Sal Flore. Historia Antiqua. Oh, that's right, I'm on a boat. Shadow of Yore.
What I'm about to say is a bit disrespectful of the Lord of GEO and would draw a lot of angry looks. So it's best to discuss this somewhere quiet. Your argument just now exhibited acuteness of speech and thought. Most importantly, you don't fall for the boasting and acting of the others. You remain objective. So I have a question for you. Perhaps you will answer differently from other scholars. Do you think that all the gods that the GEO Archon killed were evil?
No.
Let's not analyze it in terms of good versus evil. Rex Lapis placed great importance on the integrity of contracts. So any gods he killed certainly must have broken some kind of contract.
Right! The Lord of GEO wouldn't kill the innocent.
But when I was doing some research, I learned about the legend of the god of salt.
Oh, is that the one about the Zhongli Plains where the two gods killed each other? It was like the god of stone and the god of dust, I think. I could be misremembering all of it. I had a theory that the god of GEO and the god of stone might have been the same there and just changed titles over time.
The god of salt, Havria, was a very kind god, but she encountered Morax one day in battle. Morax used a rather underhanded trick to assassinate her.
What? No way!
This bit of history is a long story. But you may not like the truth when you hear it.
Don't worry, please tell me what you know. This event, I've already searched for answers for a long time.
Is the story that complicated?
Quite so. I don't know where to begin.
Oh shit, Fatui are here.
Over here, Mr. Zhongli. I've been looking for you. So you're over here all this time.
I forgot that he does work with the Fatui quite a bit. I kind of forgot about that.
Put down your weapon and stay back. Otherwise, Paimon's reporting you to the Millilith.
Well, clearly he was invited here based on what the lady said, if he's here.
First of all, I'm not holding a weapon.
Yeah, Paimon, you should have eyes.
There's no need to overreact now. I'm simply an archaeological researcher from Snezhnaya. I'm not here for trouble.
But you're in a military uniform. Why are you... How... I'm getting fucking Indiana Jones Nazi vibes here.
The Fatui say that every time.
But this time, I registered with the Liyue Ministry of Civil Affairs. I could show you the official documentation if you want to see it.
Okay, this guy's legit, but I'm still getting his involvement with archaeology as part of one of the bad guy organizations is just giving me Indiana Jones flashbacks, which reminds me of Indiana Jones 5 is a thing, I guess. So it's coming out. I plan to see it. And yeah. Unrelated topic. There's also rumors that Harrison Ford might be being cast as what's his name? General Ross in the MCU, because the actor playing him sadly passed away not too long ago. These are only rumors, but while we're talking about Indiana Jones, might as well bring up Harrison Ford, right? Where was I? All right, Fatui archaeologist.
I will be conducting an archaeological survey here, the results of which will all be shared with the ministry. I heard that Wangsheng Funeral Parlor had a consultant named Zhongli with immense knowledge of ancient history and archaeology. So I paid Wangsheng Funeral Parlor a handsome amount to hire Zhongli as my own consultant while I'm in town.
So you mean to say that this is work for the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor, yes?
I think it's best to be cautious. God, Ether is so rude to the Fatui.
Well, since it's work, I don't have a choice. A
Rush?
consultant of the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor must respect their duty.
I'm sympathizing with Ether a little bit here because he is in a Fatui sergeant uniform, which would be different than like just some random guy from Snezhnaya walking up. Like for instance, there's the whole Russian-Ukrainian war going around right now. I'm not gonna be mad at every single Russian person I meet, but I would be a little skeptical if a man in a Russian military uniform walked up to me randomly. That would be suspicious to me. But if this guy's got all his affairs in order and all this paperwork, I'm gonna drop my suspicions, but Ether's gonna be an ass regardless.
Of course you would be such a reasonable man. Well then, let's head out now, shall we?
Wait, if you are studying archaeology, can I go too? I am also a scholar in this field, so I can help.
That will give us a chance to continue the topic we were just discussing. Oh, and you should tag along too.
I don't really know anything about archaeology. Actually, Ether, you do know quite a bit about archaeology because of all those missions you've done for the Adventurers Guild in ancient ruins. So you actually do know a surprising amount.
This experience may be of help to you on your future adventures.
That too.
It is a story from before the rise of the Seven. Although the god of salt has already perished, it will still be a meaningful experience for your journey.
Wait. This is an archaeological expedition, not a tour group. That's too many people.
He's got a point. 3 is a crowd.
But this friend of mine has a treasure-finding talent, surpassed by no one. It will surely be of great help to us.
Oh? What talent?
If my friend espies a treasure chest, they will absolutely find a way to open it.
You know what? That actually addresses a question that I've never bothered to ask. Why are all the treasure chests in Teyvat, like, openable so easily? Is, like, none of them locked? I guess we're just picking them with magic.
Hey, Paimon's good at that too.
Paimon.
Well, that is quite enticing. All right, then. Well, let's go. There's no time to waste. When the Overlord of the Vortex was crushed by the Jade Chamber recently, perhaps something of interest was washed ashore. An ancient artifact would be good. Traces of ancient activity would be great. But a piece of the god's limb would be even better. Who knows what surprises we may find.
Alright, never mind. I figured out why a military archaeologist is in charge of this. We're looking for ancient god magic. Shadow of Yore. Vortex's Wake. Hooray, my least favorite location. The Guyun Stun Forest. Vortex's Wake is the right? Yeah, Vortex's Wake. Alright.
This place looks so ordinary. Can we really find anything valuable here?
Huh? Paimon thinks it looks really grand.
I don't mean the scenery, but rather that there should be something out of the ordinary. A big battle did just occur and all, and I don't even know where to begin looking here.
You probably shouldn't begin looking here, because based on where the battle occurred, it's like much further south from here.
Guyun Stone Forest is actually the perfect place to be, if you wish to learn about the gods or the history of the Archon War. Legend has it that Rex Lapis threw spears made of large rock into the sea here, piercing and crushing the overlord of the Vortex. After many years of wind erosion, those stone spears have turned into the unique rock formations we see now.
These mountains were the Lord of Geo's weapons?
What we see now is just the part of them that remains. The stone spears hurled by Rex Lapis all those years ago were much greater, both in number and in size.
It reminds me of a place that I used to visit a lot in my childhood, which is Natural Bridges over in Santa Cruz. There used to be these great stone archways that lined the side of it. Yeah, the old Archons are fucking nuts. But Natural Bridges is, sadly, I think the last archway has finally fallen, so they might actually be renaming that beach soon. But you could probably find photos of it if you Google search it, and you can see what it used to look like with all the stone archways.
But due to the different angles they landed at, their large centers of mass, erosion by seawater, and years of gravity, many of them have been completely swallowed by the sea. So besides wind erosion, the initial collapsing of the stone spears also played a big part in the formation of Guyun Stone Forest.
Well, a god able to fight one so powerful as Rex Lapis was certainly very strong in its own right.
Indeed. This is where the value lies in research at Guyun Stone Forest. Most of the objects from that time were lost to the sea. But the gigantic waves created by the overlord of the Vortex have given those sunken objects a chance to see the light of day again.
So you're saying that if we look carefully, we'll be able to get very, very rich. I mean, rich with archaeological knowledge and historical value, yes? That's all I seek in life.
Yeah, nice cover, man.
Well, since we brought so many people, I think it would be best to split up and look.
Okay then. I will go with my friend here. Although I have a smattering of knowledge in various disciplines, when it comes to archaeology, I can't compete with the expert here.
Huh? Me?
What's the matter? This is your profession. Why are you so surprised?
I get it. I'll escort him then.
Okay. If we find anything valuable or rare, let's meet on the shore opposite from here.
All right.
The ancient god probably left behind lots of elemental marks. Following them should make our search much easier.
Well, go ahead then. Use your elemental sight to look for any marks.
When she said go ahead then, but I heard go ahead Dan. And I almost jumped at that in excitement. I've been spotted.
Scatter! Propagate!
sights.
Alright. That was easy. Elemental. Sorry. Ooh. Arrows. Gotta love the gentle touch of an archaeologist.
I must leave no stone unturned.
Nowhere to hide. Hey, go, go, Baron Bunny! Let it rain.
Cabbage.
Propagate!
No escape! Bet you can't keep up with me!
Steady as stone. Time to clean up.
Alright, Noelle, give us some help, please.
Why are there enemies here?
Used training dummy.
Guyan Stone Forest is a place where a god was defeated, and its remnants still affect the area to this day.
Someone needs assistance. I must leave no stone unturned.
With sword comes shadow. No one escapes my sights.
Germinate!
I'll race you there. Wow, these will come in handy.
Oh, that wasn't required. Whoops.
Get him. Let it rain.
for that!
Steady as stone, as a dutiful maid would. Huh. Huh. Hmm. Huh. It was my honor to serve
What?
you.
Why did I die? Oh, I didn't die. Or is it drowning? Ah, whatever. I'm counting that. The ice must have disappeared, but I didn't fall through it. We're counting that as a glitch. Annoying. Annoying that that counts. Oh, great. Another debate club. That was dumb. Very dumb. Fucking ice slimes.
They're gathering together here. But why?
See that object in the center? Perhaps it emits the remnant strength of the god. That would certainly attract them. But the hydrominic monsters... I have a contract, and must put my personal feelings aside. Go ahead. Defeat them, and recover the relic.
Don't blink! Yeah!
What the?
Stronger than I thought.
This guy's hurt.
Speed of light! Hey! Cut to the chase! Don't blink!
It's just a stone slab, but its design is quite unique. This should be enough to garner some information. Let's head back.
Alright, let's go meet up with the other group. Crab. Star Conch. Oh, they're over here. Minerals.
You call yourself a scholar of archaeology? You can't even recognize this or that. What are you good for?
We all have our areas of expertise. I already tried very hard to explain.
Oh, stop arguing! What in the world happened?
This girl just keeps bragging about how she's an archaeologist, but she doesn't even know anything about the surrounding ruins. I even know more than her.
Oof. That is a big oof.
She left me to rely solely on guessing, experience, to find anything valuable to take back. Ugh, what a waste of time.
I've just been researching the god of salt, so I'm not familiar with sea relics. Is that so strange?
Yeah, but you should be able to understand or identify artifacts. Even that's basic archaeology 101. I've even taken elementary archaeology courses. There's like a lot of material you should have a base understanding of before you even get to the point where you're specializing in a field. It is a bit strange. Yeah.
And you! You kept asking about how much Mora everything is worth. Can the value of relics only be measured in Mora?
That is...
Isn't measuring their value in Mora the easiest way? this also matches the traditions of Liyue, does it not?
Historical value is hard to determine. Monetary value is also equally hard to determine.
Now, calm down. No need to make a fuss. We were able to bring back some intriguing objects. Let's have a look. Oh, what a shame. These objects were indeed washed ashore by the Overlord of the Vortex, but they have nothing to do with the god besides being in the vicinity at the time. The stone slab we found, however, has a mysterious pattern and faint aura of divine power. Perhaps it will be useful for research purposes.
Quick, give it to me. At least we didn't come for nothing. The power of the gods, yes! This is good. Oh, but these other objects are certainly worth a little something, right? It should be enough to cover the cost of hiring you. It's all mine.
So, it's only valuable for research if there are remnants of divine power on it?
Well, that makes sense to me, Paimon, but that was for research of divine power. It was the subject matter of the field. As for the other stuff, it probably might be research valuable in terms of the historical record. Artifacts are artifacts, after all.
Not at all. My quest to uncover the history of the God of Salt is because history can tell us about culture and beliefs. But you? You're just trying to use archaeology to get rich.
Nonsense! I'm a professional archaeology researcher from Snezhnaya. I swear. If I'm lying, may the Lord of GEO strike me down.
Uh-huh. I'm trying to... both of these seem true. No, you're lying to get rich off archaeology. I mean, originally I thought he was trying to get the strength from the gods, but the more he opens his mouth, the more I'm realizing I feel like money might be actually the motivator here.
Oh, by the way, you probably don't want to sell that teacup.
Oh? Why's that?
That's not an ancient teacup. It's part of Ningguang's collection. It must have fallen here along with the Jade Chamber. So unless you want to mess with the Qixing...
Ah, I see. What a shame. It was of such high quality, too.
See? You do want to sell these objects!
But, so what? Why can't I pursue wealth both intellectual and material? Don't be so simple-minded.
He's got a point there. It's a very bad delivery, but it is a point.
All right, then. No need to stay here any longer. I'm rather quite intrigued by the God of Salt, too, actually. Let's go to Sal Flore next.
Vortex's wake. I didn't even stop to think or consider that just shit from the Jade Chamber might wash up here because we dropped it on the fucking god. I completely forgot that that was an option. Where is Sal Flore? Oh. 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 Note to self, if you drop a building on someone's head, you probably will find remnants of building near there. Yeah. Gotcha, bird.
I must leave no stone unturned.
Into the water you go. Have a nice swim.
Bet you can't keep up with me.
Frog.
No one escapes my sights!
Come on, break through the shield. Break through that armor.
Hey! Nowhere to hide. Incoming. No escape. I must leave no stone unturned, as a good knight should. I missed a spot. Steady as stone.
Scatter! Spring forth!
That should kill him.
That's cheating. Another target tracked down by Outrider Amber.
No. Oh, I don't think I've ever been here.
I heard that Sal Flore was once the home of the god of Salt's people. Therefore, there's sure to be loads of valuable relics nearby.
According to legend, the people of the god of salt, Havria, enjoyed prosperous lives under her protection. But this legend has been around for ages. With the countless scrap collectors and treasure hoarders in the area, there probably aren't many valuable things left here.
Oh, good. That's just great. If I knew it was picked this clean before, I wouldn't have come.
About that, I know there's a ruin deep in this cave here. It's related to the god of salt, which is actually how the area originally got its name of Sal Flore. However, the ruin entrance has been sealed by a mysterious power. Nobody has been able to break the seal. I found a mechanism that seemed to be related to the seal, but when I undid the mechanism, the seal wasn't affected at all. So at the moment, the seal's origin and how to break it are very important topics in my research on the god of salt.
Is it related to Rex Lapis?
I don't know. There's no concrete evidence. But I'm pretty sure the seal is meant to hide some kind of long-forgotten truth. The god of salt was a benevolent god, adored by the people, not to mention powerful. She wouldn't have any kind of shameful secrets to hide. So, the one who wants to hide some truth is very possibly her killer, Morax.
This doesn't sound like something the Lord of GEO would do, though.
Who cares about all that? It sounds like countless treasures of the god of salt lie within this ruin, just waiting for someone to find them, right?
Boy, this guy's got a real one-track mind.
You weren't listening at all, were you? Ugh. Even if there's a mountain of treasures inside, nobody can get in if the seal isn't broken.
Ah, but we have the illustrious Mr. Zhongli with us. He looks like he knows just about everything. A little seal shouldn't be any trouble for him.
This seal seems to be quite ancient. Even Mr. Zhongli may not know all of its secrets.
I may know something about it.
What?
He just knows everything.
Over the years, I've heard various rumors with bits of knowledge about seals. Although their references seem rather disorderly, they do in fact contain the secret to breaking seals. Let's go take a look at the mechanism Miss Wanyan just mentioned.
Okay, since Mr. Zhongli says so, follow me then.
This is a really weird motley crew we have here. I want to read the lore. Salt seals the ruin within. None uninvited may enter in. Well, that was pretty straightforward. It's almost like the same rules of the boat we were on. That looks like a domain down there if ever I saw one before. Huh? Oh, we're backtracking again. I can't believe that an entire people lived on these 3 little sandbars. Granted, that was a long time
Here it
ago.
is. There's some debris scattered here that, when put together, look like they definitely had to do with the god of salt. According to the inscription on the
Welcome
side...
to the arena of fate.
See that?
To the follow.
Although we activated the mechanism, nothing happened to the seal.
That's because there's actually another mechanism that must be activated.
Another?
Let me lead the way from here.
Diary of the Adventure of Salt Terrain. Ay, ay, ay. Ugh. I know when I signed up for a Zhongli event, we were in for a lot of talking, and boy, is that the case.
This place seems familiar. Huh, I remember. I think there's some elemental monuments here. So you're saying they're related to all this? When I investigated the seal last time, I had someone with a vision accompany me. But when we lit up all the elemental monuments, nothing happened.
That's because you don't just need to activate them at the same time, but in a certain order as well. Otherwise, the seal will not be broken. The secret to this puzzle is hidden in the legends about the Archon War. Tianheng in the south, Yaoguang in the east, Jueyun in the west, Qingce in the north. All desolate and devoid of life. Liyue is vast, yet even one haven is hard to find.
To the north, to the east. Do the people of Liyue always talk in riddles?
I think I've heard this saying before.
Yeah, it was in the Geely Plains. There was like a whole thing about it.
Certainly you have. And the contents of this saying are also related to the god of salt.
It was like the 4 cardinal things or other. Man, I can't remember. That mission was so long ago.
Provide a haven for her people, whose lives had been ravaged by the Archon War. This benevolent god searched all across Liyue. At that time, with the chaotic fires of war engulfing the land, even one sliver of peace was a luxury. And that haven she eventually found is right here. Today, it is known as Sal Flore.
How sad then. In the end, this peaceful place was destroyed by Morax.
Okay, enough with these ancient stories. Now that we have the clue, hurry up and break the seal. Whatever happened doesn't matter as long as we can get inside that ruin.
Tianheng in the south, Yaoguang in the east, Jueyun in the west, Qingce in the north. With this clue, you should be able to...
Alright, let's get rid of all these people first.
No one escapes my sight.
Go! Oh, there's more of them.
Wow, these will come in handy.
South, east, west, north.
Don't blink. Wow, these will come in handy.
East.
Go, go, Barret! Incoming!
West. Is there actually one in the west? Ah, here it is.
Don't blink!
North.
Cut to the chase!
Look! The seal really was broken! Mr. Zhongli is indeed quite remarkable.
It was nothing.
Oops.
Now, it's time that people learn the hidden truth, lost to time.
All right.
Before entering the ruin, I have a proposal that will help us prevent the kind of senseless arguing between you two that we saw at Guyenstone Forest.
Okay. What is it?
I propose you two agree upon a contract, stipulating that we alternate who gets claim to each treasure we encounter, with only one object permitted per claim. To show my sincerity, I won't be taking any treasure. This will just be between you all.
I won't take any either.
Hey! Don't pass an opportunity like this up so easily!
Paimon, I'm not here for treasure. I'm here for lore.
I don't agree. I mean, you want me to split the treasure with this amateur archaeologist? No, absolutely not.
I don't agree either. He will only defile the precious relics left behind by the god of salt. I can't accept this.
Well then, if the contract is not agreed upon, I will no longer serve as your consultant on this expedition. You will have to rely on your own experience to find whatever treasures are hidden in this ruin, as well as traps.
You have the audacity to demand this. Okay then. Even half of the treasure in the long-sealed ruin of the God of Salt should be enough to make a fortune.
If you want me to agree upon this contract, so be it. I just have one request, Mr. Zhongli.
Okay.
If we discover the truth behind the God of Salt, you must judge it fairly, even if the truth harms Morax's image.
I can accept this arrangement. Well then, let's go.
I have the feeling that she knows that he's Morax. Alright. Farewell, sweet salt. Wait, sweet salt? Who wrote this? Hey, violet grass. This is that flower that people keep telling me is hard to find. Some poor lapis here. That's what I need to keep collecting.
Someone needs
Poor
assistance.
lapis. Poor lapis. I'm not taking any chances with you slimes. fish.
Leave it all to me.
Into the water. Or not. Oh well. That looks like a domain entrance. Recommended elements GEO. Eh.
Prepare to move out.
Welcome to the arena of fate.
Welcome. Just a reminder, we do keep follower chat on just because it keeps a lot of the bots out. If I could set it less than 10 minutes, I would. Oh. Oh. Also, oh, wait a minute, I'm Zhongli. Woohoo, GeoDaddy!
Stabilize.
Oh. So he makes a giant phallic pillar. Got it. A bizarre-looking statue appears to be made of salt.
Are these statues?
No. These are people.
Duh.
They were probably followers of the god of salt.
How did they become this way?
What in the world is hidden deep in this ruin?
What is this guy wielding? Vortex Vanquisher. Braveheart set. Oh, you see, he's got 3 constellations. Nice. Kick the spear. Aha, I can climb up this in a domain. Neat. Oh my god, it goes up all blongy. Neat. He's transfixed in an errant posture. No, perhaps he was also afraid. Yep.
Look at this. It's filled halfway with salt.
It just looks like a fancy salt holder. Seems like the god of salt was a god lacking in treasures.
Or it's a cursed artifact that's turning people into salt.
According to my knowledge, it's no ordinary vessel. Although it is only half full, it is also forever half full. That is to say, it is bottomless.
Huh.
What? You're saying that even if I pour the salt out, the amount inside won't change?
That's pretty cool.
Exactly.
Able to produce endless salt. The god of salt is powerful indeed.
Finally, after all that effort, I've found precious treasure. I claim this as mine. I just need to pour the endless salt into 1,000 or 10,000 bags. I can sell it and make a fortune.
Hey, how can you use a relic of the god of salt for such a shallow pursuit?
Come to think of it, I probably would have done the same thing, but it's salt at the end of the day.
If Mr. Clement wants this salt chalice, then the next object we find will belong to Miss Wanyan, according to the contract agreed upon.
Of course, as we agreed. But how can anything be worth more than this rare find?
It does have divine power in it, so it's going to be worth it even for research purposes. I think this is an absolute win-win. Now watch, the next chalice is the same thing, but made out of gold. He's just going to lose his fucking mind.
Since we have a contract, it's no use for me to fight with him.
Then let's move on, shall we?
This guy looks like he was attacked.
Rise! Nothing to fear. Solidify! Order guide you.
That was a 5-digit number. I can see why everybody wants this character on their team.
Stabilize.
Okay. Aha! Pillar Man theme intensifies. What is this? Is that a sword?
Ha! Just a simple ruler. It doesn't look to be worth anything.
This, if I remember correctly, this is some kind of measuring tool.
Watch, the two things can't be used without the other.
Indeed. But the god of salt imbued it with another power. When you stick this ruler in the ground, the surrounding area will become covered in salt, much like a rising tide covers the earth. The deeper it is stuck in the ground, the more salt will appear. It is essentially a bumper harvest of salt.
What? That's even better than the salt chalice.
I honestly think the salt chalice is better. This is dangerous, is what I would label this as.
Well then, according to our contract, the salt ruler goes to Miss Wanyan.
No, unacceptable. I paid for and organized this entire expedition. Why should I get the short end of the stick? And this girl has been useless. Why would she get anything?
Oh boy, here we go again.
While we're on the topic of useless people, I don't know. I consider funding to be very useful, so I'm just gonna comment
you are saying
nothing.
You want to break the contract?
So what if I break it? Now that I've seen how the mechanisms in this ruin work, I no longer need you. Let's not forget who hired who here. Why should I let you make the rules?
Because you agreed to a contract. Rex Lapis once said, "Ones who break their contracts shall suffer the wrath of the rock."
That is a very weird saying.
That is one of your Liyue gods. I am from Snezhnaya. I
will suffer the wrath of the rock. You may find it rather unpleasant.
Pay your dues.
Fatui Clement, self-proclaimed archaeologist.
Gather. Prepare yourself.
Oh, hang on.
press the advantage. Advance!
Steady as stone.
Yeah! 3 GEO, people.
Charge!
Yeah, power.
Run from death. I shall confiscate your treasure as well. You are not worthy to continue any further into the ruin. Leave this place.
Oh, darn you! Just you wait.
Well, there he goes.
Some archaeological survey. He could only pretend for so long.
At least we had our guard up. I hope you never become as greedy as him, Paimon.
Hey, Paimon likes Mora, but Paimon doesn't do bad things.
He technically hasn't done anything bad yet either, I would like to point out. He was just got a little bit too greedy and wanted the contract to end, which technically he was in his rights to do. The conditions of the contract, as per Zhongli's status, was if they do not agree to the contract, Zhongli leaves. It didn't have... That is basically a termination clause, if there ever was one. He doesn't want Zhongli as guide for the remainder of the thing. He's welcome to anything he wants. Personally, I think we just beat him up because Zhongli was finally fed up with him. But he technically did nothing wrong. Sure, I'm not going to side with him. I have nothing against kicking him out of here. But he technically was within his rights to do that. He funded the expedition. He's hired Zhongli as per contract. If anything, Zhongli is violating a contract here with a second contract by kicking him out of here. So this is a very legally dubious decision. That being said, I don't think we should be taking these artifacts because I think they're cursed. But this, I think, could have been resolved much more peacefully, is my big takeaway.
Clement's wrongdoing stemmed from greed, yes. But besides greed, there are many other things that may tempt us to break contracts.
Love, the other 6 or 7 sins, depending on how many you count.
When people see the object of their dreams, how many are really able to control their desire and follow the contract? I think we should be honest with each other now.
Huh? Be honest about what?
Are you going to tell her that you're Morax?
That in truth, not a single member of this archaeological expedition came here for archaeology.
I don't know, she came here for history, that's kind of, and the truth, which is adjacent. I would lump that under the big umbrella of archaeology.
Why do you say that?
Miss, you lack even the most basic archaeological knowledge, and can recognize naught but a few simple relics. However, you are an expert when it comes to anything regarding the god of salt. You aren't interested in archaeology or relics. What you're really interested in is the god of salt. I believe those legends about the god of salt that you mentioned on the Pearl Galley are passed down between generations at Yinyuan Hall.
Okay, that's enough. Sir, you are indeed a man of great knowledge and talents. I seem to have been right to seek you out once I plucked up my courage. You're right. I'm not a scholar of archaeology. I come from one of the 8 trades under the jurisdiction of the Qixing, Yinyuan Hall of the salt industry.
Uh-huh. So both of those relics are valuable to you, but why do you not treat them as such? And it still says archaeologist in her title tag. Which I find hilarious.
Our ancestors were those protected by the god of salt all those years ago, when the Archon War engulfed the land in chaos.
Yeah, this has been nothing but grim. Come to think of it, I've never heard you say Rex Lapis. Or Lord of GEO. Did she say Lord of GEO? I thought she did. She has been saying Morax a lot, though.
Oh, mention it, the
Oh, I know they
people
get him for the
of
shield.
Liyue very seldom use the name Morax.
During the war, Morax assassinated our god out of envy for her power.
The ultimate shield.
He left us alone and lost in the world.
It's his birthday, though, so we're doing his story quests, and that's the goal of the stream. I didn't plan for today's stream to happen to fall on his birthday. It just happened to do that. It's like the planets aligned and told me, you are doing Zhongli's quest today.
We hate him! But this is Morax's Liyue after all. And its history is written as he wishes. So I seek proof of Morax's guilt. He has blood on his hands and cruelty in his heart. We agreed to a contract that we will face the truth head on, didn't we, Mr. Zhongli? You must judge this history fairly.
Naturally, of course. But I must add, Liyue is no longer Morax's Liyue. Come with me. All the answers you seek lie ahead.
Crumble!
Oh, that's right.
I'm feeling a little off.
I forgot that I can climb the fucking pillar. I'm dumb. I have a chicken.
Solidify!
Fall in!
I was told that the story was really good, and I've been hearing the music every now and then. I really wanted to get into it.
This is getting interesting.
So the story and lore are a big part of the focus for me. We recently just finished the Sumeru Archon quest, so now we're basically just doing all these side quests with the 5 stars, I guess.
Quake! This is order.
The Sumeru story, I feel, despite the fact that the characters in it I really like the best so far, I feel like it was
Stabilize.
one of the weakest in terms of pacing.
Order guide you.
Charge!
We haven't done the 3.3 content, and we actually haven't even
This
done
is
the fucking,
A sword?
whatever the prologue act 2 is, because there's, some stuff that's locked behind doing these story quests that I haven't gotten around to yet. Oh yeah, there was a lot of good character development in the story. Nahida's questline was really good. The fucking storyline with Dunyarzad was so emotionally manipulative that I'm actually kind of mad about it. I think I cried like 5 times on the stream during that fucking Act 2 quest line. But, yeah, Sumeru's story was definitely a highlight. It was narratively strong, but its pacing was terrible. There's actually quite a big tendency for the storyline to get slogged out in this game. I haven't gotten around to Nahida's story. We might do it eventually. I'm just going through them in order at this point. We'll probably get through Nahida's storyline before we eventually get to like the 3.3 content. So, after this one, we're basically doing Zhongli's next story one immediately afterwards.
Aha! It's a broken sword! This is proof! This proves that the God of Salt had to fight back. Fight back against the evil Morax. But sadly, she was defeated. The power of this sword surely is much greater than that of the Salt Chalice and Salt Ruler. If we can repair the sword, then we can show the world the mighty power of the God of Salt.
Oh, yeah. It very much was her story. Although there's to be an argument that technically the Archon quest is Greater Lord Rukkhadevada's story, because that's the ultimate goal of it.
It does look like something left behind after being defeated in battle.
2 pieces of a broken sword. From an archaeological perspective, these are 2 separate relics. According to the contract, you can only claim one.
Why? We were alternating claims to treasure, true. But Clement is no longer here.
Yes, but the only one object per claim clause still holds true. You cannot take 2 relics at the same time.
He is technically correct here, though the one object per claim, you could just say this is 2 separate claims though, and then as the only one claiming objects, you just make one claim and then another claim.
This logic!
Also, these don't look like a full sword to me. Based on the breakage of the blade, it looks like these are not 2 halves of a sword, but it looks like 2/3 of a sword to me.
Zhongli, she seems like a good person, and no one is fighting over the treasure. How about you let this one slide, huh?
You don't need to let this one slide. I gave you perfect, flawless logic to why she can claim both.
When there's a contract, nothing can be allowed to slide. If the contract is not followed, then it is broken.
No! If I only take 1/2, then it can't be repaired, and the power of the God of Salt cannot be restored.
It's not 2 halves of a sword. Looks like 2/3.
No matter what, I must be faithful to her. Even if it breaks the contract, I don't care.
Oh, I just realized her title changed. It now just says God of Salt devotee.
So you are already decided? Then there is a price to pay for breaking the contract.
Zhongli!
That is to say, you consign yourself to suffer the wrath of the rock.
Okay, what enemy type is she gonna take the form of?
That's okay. The God of Salt gave up her life to protect her people. My sacrifice is nothing compared to that. Punish me however you want. Just let me take this proof of my faith.
No, you can't hit her!
Why?
Perhaps that punishment would be easier for her. But, as punishment, I will tell you the truth.
Oh shit. We actually go in there.
Huh? The truth? You mean the truth is my punishment?
Yes. The truth that I am about to tell you shall be your price to pay for breaking the contract.
That's what we came here for in the first place, so let's hear it. Give me that juicy lore. The Dark Souls player in me. He thrives on it. It feeds me, which might actually sustain me long enough till dinner at 9, so...
I'm afraid to say that the God of Salt, Havria, was not the powerful god you imagine her to be. Rather, she was a small and weak god who yielded to all other gods. When it came to war, she lost never able to win a seat among the seven.
Yeah, I'm really curious to why there are not a lot of gods around and why we chose to just leave 7. If anyone with a vision can become a god, it makes me think that there were probably about as many gods then as there are vision bearers now. And considering that there was at one point over 100 in Inazuma, that's probably a lot in each region.
What?
During the Archon War, the gods of this world used all their strength and cunning to vie for control of Teyvat. But Havria instead chose to flee. She thought that by giving up before a fight could start, she could save herself and her people from the war.
It's a respectable decision. I can respect that.
However, during such a long war, there is no end to the advances of aggressors. After making countless concessions, Havria lost all of her lands, until only one small haven remained.
Here.
No. No! It can't be so.
In her last days, she had not even a single blade to defend her people with.
Not even a single blade? Then... this sword...
This sword is not a relic belonging to the god of salt, but is instead the murder weapon used to kill her.
Murder weapon? No! That's not true!
Who
that
wielded
can't be
it?
True. You're trying to test my faith in the god of salt.
Truth hurts, but whose weapon is it?
As I said before, I only state the facts.
Preposterous! You are a follower of Morax. Don't try to trick me!
No, wait, come back!
Hey, come back!
What you just really said is
Indeed.
true.
Otherwise, why would I use the truth as punishment? I did not want to tell her such cruel facts. But the contract was broken.
So who left this sword here and then left the other 2 artifacts?
Let's follow her deeper into the ruin. There, I fear, we will find something that will leave her no choice but to face the truth.
Like I said, this is 2/3 of a sword, not 2/2 of a sword. Which means there's a hilt somewhere.
Are these statue thingies running? What will we find ahead?
Salt. And betrayal.
Yeah.
What are all these? What did they see? What did they do? What happened?
Since you do not trust me, let us continue onward. That which lies beyond this door will show you all that happened back then.
Sal Flore. Ground zero, no matter what was once here, naught remains but a single flower of salt. What the hell is a flower of salt? Books. Barrels.
This is the scene of the crime. Havria's body dissipated, leaving nothing but these traces of salt. Her dying moments have since been frozen in time to this very day. The story continues that some among her people realized at last that this gentle, kind, but weak god could never protect anyone in wartime. The Archon War was cruel in the extreme. Instead of consigning her to the agony of defeat, they thought perhaps it would be better to give her a quick release.
Oh, I just realized this guy looks like he's holding something.
But what about these statue thingies?
No matter how weak the god, the power that flows forth when they are slain is beyond the strength of mortal coils to bear. Those who could not flee were thus transformed. Those of her people who were untouched by this disaster left for Liyue, where they sought refuge with Rex Lapis. Their descendants feared Havria's remnants and lived in terror that she had laid upon them an eternal curse. So they risked their lives to come here, to break the sword, and offer up obeisances in hopes that her anger might be appeased. But they need not have done so. For how could a god who had never once resisted, even till the end, nurse hatred for her people in her heart?
Damn, that's fucking sad.
Even if this is so, I can't. This must be a lie. A false history, all of it.
People will refuse everything till the end.
Don't you dare try to shake my faith.
You can have faith in this dead god, but the truth remains. She died in the Archon War, and from the looks of it, there is a possibility that what he's saying could be off. For instance, it looks like, this could be someone that snuck in and stabbed her. These are all saltified people. There's no way to guarantee any one of them is a devotee. But the truth of the matter is, it looks like she was killed by a mortal. Particularly that guy over there. As a historian, we have to look at many possibilities. As someone who's becoming a history teacher within the next couple of years, this is how I would view this scene. His story, though very convincing, is but one possibility. Further evidence could be found to support his claims. We know from a third-person omniscient perspective that what he says is probably true. But at the same time, he's never been in here, so odds are, or maybe he has. My heart goes out to Wanyan, but there is multiple ways this story could have played out. But they all end the same, so it's kind of moot.
This is the price she must pay. Yet I would not call it a bad thing. Judging by how she appeared, I fear that she will struggle for a time. But even if she may not escape that struggle immediately, simply recognizing the truth is good enough for now.
You seem all too familiar with what happened to the god of salt. You didn't just hear rumors about a way to break the seal, did you?
Indeed. In ages past, Havria's story served as a warning to me as well. Faith in a god who has already passed will do you no good. So it is for Havria. And so it is for Morax also.
The people of Liyue will understand that one day.
All right then. Now, would you like to accompany me in taking a trip to Guyonstone Forest?
Huh? What do you want to do, Zhongli?
I think we still need to find remnants of the ocean god there.
Treading old ground. telling old stories. One cannot help but be reminded of old acquaintances.
This was grim. What a happy way to end the year. Yeah, screw it. We can leave this party comp for now. All right. What do you need to ascend? Perpetual mechanical arrays. Don't know what those are. And Sango pearls. Spectral husks. Oh, looks like he's up at the roof.
Rally!
No one escapes my sights! Speed of light! Yeah, with sword comes shadow.
There's always a Sisson mage over here.
Follow my lead.
Out of stamina.
Follow my lead. Surrender is not an option.
Ow! Why did the mages hit so hard? It's like way too hard. Oh, there was 3 of them. I thought there was only 2.
Leave it all to me. Time to clean up. I'll catch up. Incoming. Nowhere to hide. No escape. Don't blink. Hey. Stronger than I thought. With sword comes shadow. Speed of light. I must leave no stone unturned. I'll catch up.
Exactly call this the early game though at this point. I've actually never used her teleport while sprinting, now that I think about it.
Someone needs assistance. Ooh, wonderful.
Huh. Is that always there? Crit hits have 60% chance to generate small amount of elemental particles, which regenerate 6 energy from the character. Can only occur once every 12 seconds. Huh. Oh no, this is Favonius. What did I just pick up? Oh, this. Huh. Neat. I'm using this one because it capitalizes on Noelle as a support, because her abilities are scaling with attack and defense. So I'm using this to boost her defense so we get more healing out of Noelle. I definitely will give that, probably is what I'll give to one of the other characters, if not the debate club. Alright. Charge! There you go. Stand with that behind you, Zhongli.
Now, I mentioned before that many gods of old have been sealed beneath the Guyan stone forest.
Yes.
The Adepti have presently handed Liyue over to mortals, and Havria's time was even further in the past. The Salt Chalice and Salt Ruler that she left behind should not return to Liyue. To leave them here is to let them slumber. And it is also a homecoming.
What would you like us to do?
I ended an era with my own 2 hands. I've always wondered how I should remember that which I ended. History records, but history may be changed. This incident proved that. Time is a mighty force, and history's twist in its flow. I need to find a better way of recording history in order to engrave its truth. Stone carvings were one such ancient method, but unchanging stone, immovable earth, even one such as myself. Someday we may all disappear.
Not may. We will all one day disappear.
Zhongli.
Therefore, I thought of you, traveler. You are one who crosses the celestial atlas, and who passes through countless worlds. If our history is engraved in your memory, it will one day accompany you into another world. As long as a traveler like you is able to record what happened, then a backup of sorts will exist for times and tides of Teyvat.
You don't know that we're immortal, right? That's why you wanted us to come with you. So you don't just bring me along to find treasures.
Sounds like tough work.
Now then, it is time that we consigned both the Salt Chalice and Salt Ruler to the sea.
Huh? Why do we need to throw them into the sea?
Infinite salt sounds good.
As I said before, this is the place to which the remnants of many bygone gods are consigned. This includes Osial, Overlord of the Vortex, who the Jade Chamber most recently returned to this ocean prison. Thousands of years ago, the Adepti and I fought against the turmoil that plagued every corner of this land. Guyan Stone Forest, where I sealed many gods with my spears. After so long, naught but folktales remain. Osial, you and I were foes, but our ancient grudge is but a bygone memory now. May that which Havria has left behind be yours to subsume. And thus another spark of divinity departs from Liyue. My legacy shall now be left to those who come after to debate. I will remain here for a while. I fear that moments of reminiscence like this can only grow fewer.
I feel a bit bad for the god of salt.
We did not measure right and wrong during the days of the Archon War in the same manner as we do today. Of course, as I am now, I only wish that she could have lived in a gentler time. I will remain here for a while. I fear that moments of reminiscence like this can only grow fewer.
Want those relics cause Osial to grow in power? Didn't even cross my mind.
Though the Salt Chalice and Salt Ruler do have power in their own right, they are nothing before Osial. If a day comes when he should recover his strength and return, I believe that even so, he will be defeated once more.
Such as the final contract.
I will remain here for a while. That is a good question. In the past, I might have given you a most specific answer. But now... yes. I suppose I will continue in my role as a consultant at Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. But if this journey was to your liking, why don't you come along the next time I am seeking to preserve memories of Liyue's past?
Alright. Well, that was something. And like I expected, it took less than 2 hours to do that, which means we can now move on to bigger and better things. All right. Historia Antiqua, Chapter 2. Yeah, like I said, we basically mainly did the Archon quest, only occasionally stopping to do side quests. And there are a lot of these. Not to mention these, which I might do eventually. I keep saying we're going to dedicate a stream to Noelle at some point. At some point. But we're making our way through these because certain Archon quests are locked behind doing some of these. Strange Sights, Stolen Souls. Or two. Catherine. There we go. But we stand Noelle on this channel, so we will do her hangout at some point. I keep putting it off. I mean, if you were going to take me when I said I was originally going to do it, I think we were going to do it like on the 4th or 5th stream after we unlocked it. Noelle has gotten us through thick and thin. She's probably not the best character that we have, but she has... she has kept us around.
Leave it all to me.
Although, on much tougher occasions, we do have to bring out Barbara, who has been growing on me.
Hi, Catherine. It's us. Any new commissions?
As a matter of fact, there's one that looks perfect for you two.
All right.
Uncle Dai is one of the foremen at Huishan Hall over in Liyue Harbor. He's hoping the Adventurers Guild can spare some manpower.
What is it we have to do exactly?
I believe you'll be looking for workers.
Ooh, looking for people? Awesome! We're good at that!
I have no reason to doubt your abilities. I'm sure the details can be worked out face to face. If you're willing to accept this commission, head over to the dock and talk to Uncle Dai.
No mere stone. The only thing I regret is that I wish I knew how the wish system worked when I first started playing. Because when I first started playing, the Nahida banner was up, and I believe Noelle was on the Nahida banner. So we could have been pulling on that banner the whole time. We might have had to see 2 or even 3 Noelle by now. But because I didn't know that, instead we have a C2 Hazo. And a Kaching.
I am indeed.
Mine, foreman.
Ah, now then. You must be the adventurers assigned by the guild.
Huh? How could you tell?
By the clothes on your back and the look on your face. Experienced adventurers at that, I'll wager.
I know they're in all the banners, but I mean as in, like, they had an increased drop rate in the banner.
Right again! You're pretty perceptive!
In this trade, you need a sharp eye for people, not just rocks. Uncle Dai can see what you're made of from a long way off. Alright, my assistant should be arriving soon, so let's just wait here a moment.
Woo woo! That's
Well, to tell you the truth, this is a very difficult matter. Too much for adventurers alone to handle life here.
So there is someone else!
Yes, I know that you can get them from all the banner. I don't think they have an increased drop rate right now, though. I think they bump up to like to 5 or 6% as opposed to like the 3% on Nahida's banner. Yes, you can always get them, but you could also get any other full 4-star in their place.
Do you think we're not up to the job?
Which is why I have every single 4-star animo character now, I guess. Steady, Paimon.
It just occurred to me that you don't have all the facts. The incident in question happened in a mine, and it's a little out of the ordinary, to say the least. Mines are dangerous places, as I'm sure you're aware. As such, I've enlisted an industry expert to cover all contingencies.
Oh, I've only been playing since I want to say the Nilu banner, because I believe like I started playing the last week that 3.1, or sorry, not 3.2. No, what's 3.2? No, 3.1. I played during the last week of the 3.1 update. Was when I first started.
Last time I checked, adventurers weren't experts in ore appraisal or geological analysis. With a professional by your side, everything should run smoothly. Besides, this guy's the best in his field. No matter the rock, he'll tell you its value to the nearest mora at a glance. I'd go as far to say that there's not a soul on Teyvat that knows rocks better than him. I'd be a fool to not enlist an expert of his caliber.
So yeah, I've only seen like 3 or 4 banners at this point. And they haven't been featured, and Noel's only been featured on one of them so far to my knowledge. I think Barbara might have actually been on the Nilu banner, but I don't remember, because like I said, I only played for like a day.
You're a fool if you think you found Teyvat's #1 rock expert.
Oh? And why might that be?
Because Teyvat's #1 rock expert happens to be a friend of ours.
You must be talking about...
Ha! Didn't expect that, did you? Wait here. We'll go fetch him. Amidst Zhongli is listening to the storyteller. Let's head over.
So, Amber banner win?
Who's that skulking around?
The reason why Noelle and Barbara need to be featured in a banner like this game is very frequently in games like this from a game development standpoint, though, is because otherwise most players will never have a healer on their team. Yep, there he is. Iron Tongue Tion's over here, too.
In our last tale, Rex Lapis.
Zhongli, there you are!
From what I'm told, they've actually started putting them in the Stardust store every now and then, and every time I've opened the Stardust store the last couple of months, there's been a Kaya or Barbara or Lisa or Amber in there, so... Luckily, they're making ways to get these free characters again, because the reason they do that in games like this is because you might not get multiples otherwise.
Oh. Here for a few tales? I didn't know you two were connoisseurs.
Oh, no, we're here for you. Do you have time?
I actually managed to pull, last time we played, I pulled a Kaya on the standard banner.
Ah, something I'm rarely short of.
We've accepted a commission. We have a special task.
We need someone who understands geology and ore.
Someone who understands geology and ore.
Ugh. Take a look around. Is there anyone in Teyvat more qualified? The requester claims to have enlisted Teyvat's #1 rock expert, but Paimon doesn't believe a word of it. Nobody understands rocks better than you.
I actually haven't. Once somebody told me how the banners work, I haven't been pulling on the standard banner until recently. And that's only because now that people have told me how the pity system works, I should be pulling on the standard banner because I'm like sitting at like 60 pity already on the standard banner. And I actually still haven't burned through all of my acquaint wishes yet. So that's why we've been doing it right now. After we finish getting pity or get any 5-star off the standard banner, I don't really care what I get. We're going to start pulling on Ayato's banner. Because apparently I am in the vast minority of people who don't like Raiden Shogun.
You appear to have taken his claim quite personally on my behalf.
Also, I would like to have a Hydra DPS character because I don't have like any Hydra characters besides Barbara.
Oh, no. It's just... Uncle Dai doesn't know what he's talking about.
I doubt we'll get Ayato, though.
Paimon just wants to enlighten him.
If I knew I was never going to have any good luck with Hydra characters, I would have been pulling on that Tartaglia banner instead of that Yaimiko banner. Which we didn't get Yaimiko, by the way.
I see. Well then, it will be my pleasure to accompany you.
Really?
But I should inform you that despite my expertise, I cannot necessarily claim to be a leading authority. We are at all times adrift in a sea of learning. New knowledge should be welcomed with open arms. Still, I imagine I will be of help to you in this endeavor. If we do encounter an expert, I look forward to broadening my own understandings.
Stop being so modest, Zhongli.
I think I've mentioned on a previous stream that I probably rate Zhongli fairly highly in terms of all the Archons. Personality-wise, I think he's easily one of my favorites. Nahida is hands down my favorite Archon currently. Zhongli, minus the fact that he keeps certain information secretly, it's very secret, like for instance he won't tell us what his contract with the Tsaritsa is. I'm still miffed about that. And other than that, I do think he's well deserving of the place of my second favorite Archon. Mostly because I don't want Venti in second place, but Venti does take the third place slot with no contest.
Well, we got him. Let's head back to Uncle Dai.
Oh yeah, the gap between first and second place is huge. It's huge with 7 U's huge. I can respect Venti's Archon style, but in practicality, he might as well not be the Archon. Zhongli's style, pretty good, all things considered. People seem to not realize that Raiden Shogun is an authoritarian dictator, so not a fan. But Nahida, she's got a wisdom. She cares about the people more than anything else. She's got that in common with Rex Lapis here.
Uncle Dai, we're back!
Actually, Nahida is the weakest Archon. That is actually confirmed by several in-universe characters at this point.
Oh. And this must be the friend you spoke of?
Yep. Paimon doesn't know who your rock expert is, but he's got nothing on our guy.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Still, I do have a claim to some experience in this field.
Oh my god. My dead light bulbs on my lamp suddenly started working again.
Uh-huh. So you say. Wait till my guy gets here. Then we'll see. It's no use me singing his praises. You'll have to see for yourselves.
Is this the place?
Aha! Speak of the devil. Allow me to introduce my assistant, Kunjun.
Mine foreman.
Young Kun, these are 2 adventurers assigned to us. And as for this gentleman...
This is Zhongli, a consultant from the funeral parlor.
Longsheng Funeral Parlor's consultant. Mr. Zhongli, I've heard about you. They say you're a man of great knowledge and many talents. I had no idea I'd be meeting you in person today.
I'm sure I recognize you. Have we met at the parlor? Wait, I've never been to the parlor.
Wait, we have met this guy somewhere before. I can't remember where.
Uncle Dai, aren't you gonna test them?
So that's what you were planning.
Huh? I wouldn't know where to start.
You're a mine foreman. You should have some clue of where to start, man.
Then they can figure out a way to test each other. If Zhongli wins, he's the assistant. If Zhongli loses... never mind. Zhongli won't lose.
Paimon, you have way too much faith in Zhongli over here.
A contest? Why, it would be my pleasure.
I admire your enthusiasm, good sir.
I must say, you certainly have the look of an industry expert about you. It'll be interesting to see which one of us wins.
Stop talking the talk and start walking the walk.
I'm just saying it like I see it. Which is, incidentally, the only skill I have worth talking about.
I just realized something. Now that you bring up Venti, does Zhongli have a fake gnosis on him at some point? Not a fake gnosis. A fake vision on him? Because if he's using fucking GEO around and he's not got a vision, people should be asking questions about that, right?
So you're an appraiser, Mr. Kunjun.
Well, no. Actually, I've already forgotten what I'm in Liyue Harbor for. I was standing by the side of the road one day when Uncle Dai called me over. He saw me holding a rock and asked me a few questions. He seemed incredibly excited, even followed me for a while. We arranged to meet here.
Huh? How could you forget something like that?
I saw him on my way over to Liyue Harbor, poring over rocks and muttering to himself. He looked to be very familiar with them.
I just realized this is another NPC voiced by Sung-Won Cho.
I asked him a few questions out of curiosity. To my surprise, he knew more than me, an old mining foreman. In any case, he didn't have any pressing matters and agreed to help me.
Uncle Dai.
So, do you have a poor memory?
Not exactly. Anyway, if it's rocks you need help with, I can most certainly lend a hand. Mr. Zhongli, what do you make of this rock?
A glossy exterior, with a fissure that could only have been left in the wake of a volcanic eruption. If I'm not mistaken.
I have
this
an
is
ear
a rough
for these
gem
things,
from
Matt.
another
Don't feel
nation.
bad.
Ah, a keen eye.
It's no ordinary rough gem. Fragile surface layer, black veining. My intuition tells me that there's high-quality crystal ore inside.
I just have an ear for those. Some people I can just pick out.
Remarkable! This rock does indeed hail from the vicinity of a volcano. I came across it in a market and snapped it straight up. The seller thought it was some leftover industrial remnant. They had no inkling of the treasure that lay within.
Isn't crystal ore found everywhere? What makes this one so special?
Purity and geological rarity alone aren't enough to make a treasure. Some of the most precious crystals contain deposits of water or sand.
Well, the problem is, because I'm a big fan of voice acting and I follow a lot of voice actors, every time I hear anyone say anything, in the back of my head, it's like my brain is a scanner listening. Do I recognize that voice from somewhere? Do I recognize that voice from somewhere? Sometimes it misses the beat. Stuff falls under the radar sometimes, because some people are really good and just have really good range. And I'll never be able to pick them out. And then other times I can.
In the moment of its formation, the crystal hidden within this stone shell captured a pocket of water. For water to be hidden in its depths, like a moon concealed within a mountain, reflecting shafts of daylight that make it through. Now that's a rare treasure.
So it's a rare treasure because it's a rock that has water in it.
Such such a detailed description, almost like he saw it with his own 2 eyes. Say, you're not trying to hoodwink us, are you? After all, we haven't even seen what's inside yet.
Everything he said is true. Most crystals are born in high-temperature environments. Heat and water aren't natural bedfellows, of course, which is why crystals with water deposits are so sought after. Moreover, this particular crystal contains mountain lake water. A rare find indeed.
Oh my god, we're watching two people nerd off.
Well, if Zhongli says so, it must be true.
I've yet to encounter anyone with a judgment as shrewd as yours, Mr. Zhongli. How did you know exactly what lay within?
I've seen many such stones in my time. I recognized it immediately. I hope you didn't mind me flaunting my experience, Mr. Kunjun.
Of course not. I feel I've met a kindred spirit here today. I hope you will accept my friendship. Uncle Dai, it would be a mistake for Mr. Zhongli not to join us. Trust me when I say that his level of expertise is unrivaled in the trade. You won't come across another of his caliber in your lifetime.
Very well. There is strength in numbers, after all. Everyone, follow me to the chasm. There are men counting on you to find them.
Alright, to the chasm! Strange sights and stolen souls. The truth in stones. It's a good thing we've done all the chasm stuff. We can just fast track our way all the way there. The game goes by so much faster when you can fast travel everywhere. As Leeway's main mine, the chasm has actually never completely ceased to be used. Although the miners were very indeed dispersed, a small number of specifically authorized professional miners, blah, 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 blah. Oh no, there's more quests over here. Oh no. Quick, before I get sidetracked. Run! Find Mr. Zhongli! Oh, hi, Goro. Yeah. Wait, how did I miss this?
Whoa, this mine is huge.
This is where the incident occurred. 6 days ago, a group of us left the site to attend to other matters. When we returned, the 4 men we'd left behind had vanished.
Missing people?
I led a team around the entire mine, but found no trace. That's when I decided to enlist help.
So 4 miners have disappeared.
Yes, there were 10 of us. We lost Long, Bold Sen, Brave Sen, and Mao. I worked with all of them.
Workers in this trade are usually young men in the prime of their lives. Could it be that the 4 of them left for another mine?
Unlikely. There's no other lodging for miles around, and we didn't pass any other mines on the way over.
Huh. Such a huge mine. Did you really manage to explore every corner?
Underground, overground, we left no stone unturned. We tried everything short of digging further into the earth itself. How could 4 sturdy young men just vanish into the bedrock?
We'll need to explore the site ourselves before extracting any conclusions.
Very well. I'll wait here. Please, proceed wherever you'd like. If you come across any clues, let me know straight away.
Alright.
So strange. How could the 4 of them just suddenly disappear? Did they run away from something? Let's look around first and see if we can find any clues. Over here! What's this? A pile of shirts, some trousers.
Huh. A few everyday items. They must belong to Uncle Dai and his men.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Very well perceptive, Paimon.
The 4 of them have been gone for 6 days without a change of clothes.
There's also a few handkerchiefs and some soap lying around. Oh, and some tool belts.
Items for washing one's face before the dawn shift. Mining equipment.
So, they didn't take any supplies.
Correct. Improbable. There are 4 pickaxes missing. It seems likely they left with the tools of their trade. They had time to take their tools, but not their everyday items? Curious.
Huh. Why would someone set off with their tools, but leave their luggage behind?
Because they thought that they'd have time to come back, Paimon.
1, they were working close by and didn't need to move their personal effects. But seeing as they've yet to return, this seems an unlikely hypothesis. Or 2, they were forced to leave and had no time to think about their supplies.
Oh.
Do you think someone kidnapped them?
It's certainly a possibility. We'll need more clues before any further inference can be made.
If they didn't leave, maybe they were made to leave. Let's make a note and let Uncle Dai know.
4 missing pickaxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's 4 short of 10. Oh, there's more clues. Looking for more clues. Over here. Thank you, marker. Oh, what'd he find?
Kunjun, what do you have there?
Oh, right on time.
Did you find anything?
There's a chunk of ore here. Perhaps there are clues within.
In the ore?
What does it have to do with the disappearance?
Let's find out. I'll give it a try. A moment, please.
How is this going to help us
Okay.
find... What? Excuse me?
Looks like he's concentrating really hard. What's he up to?
Magic.
I see 4 men following someone out of the mine. It looks like a child.
A child? What's a child doing in a mine?
I'm not sure.
Also, how did you see anything exactly?
Oh, I don't mean see in the traditional sense. I would appreciate it if what I'm about to tell you remained a secret. It's a little odd. I've never dared to tell anyone before. I can perceive the memories of ore.
In the end, the forest will remember. Wait a minute.
Perceive? So there's no conjecture at work?
You mean you can put your hand on a rock and boom, it just happens?
I've always sensed that ore contains memories. Sometimes it records events that occur in the surrounding area. All I have to do is touch one and focus my attention, and the memories come to me.
He's like an Aranara, but for rocks.
Amazing! So you can find out everything that ever happened there.
It depends on the ore. Some ores have astounding memories. Others, like iron ore and white iron ore, aren't up to much. Their memories are hazy. Core lapis and crystal memories are much stronger. They record more events and in greater detail.
So that's how he knew the exact moment the water was in the crystal.
Stone seeing. Fascinating. A rare ability indeed. It was prudent of Uncle Dai to recruit you, Mr. Kunjun.
I'm glad I can be of assistance.
You're going to be key to breaking this case.
Based on what I saw, I believe they followed this path.
Treasure hoarders.
This will take us north, away from the mine.
North. Another clue for Uncle Dai. Let's make a note of it.
Follow my lead.
Oh, I guess the treasure hoarders aggroed on us. Ooh, a witness maybe.
Excuse me, sir. Are you one of the workers here?
Ah, yes. You must be here about the disappearance. Please, find them if you can.
That is also Sungwon Cho.
I don't know what happened. The weather was gloomy that day. The foreman left with a few men. I stayed behind with the other 4. After a while, I decided to take a break, just to catch my breath. I ended up falling asleep in the shelter inside. When I woke up, there was no sight of them. I'd only just been speaking with them and suddenly they'd vanished. Maybe I'm next.
So the men that were out working disappeared, with the only one left to tell the tale having been asleep in a shelter. Perhaps an accident occurred on site.
What a scary thought.
Very scary.
An on-site accident. We should note that down too.
That's a theory, though.
Found some clues. Time to report back to Uncle Dai.
You're back. How are the investigations going?
We found 3 clues in the vicinity. First, there are 4 missing pickaxes, yet everyday items are still in their place. This
Forced to? But who would kidnap miners?
Who indeed? Second, there were 5 workers at the mine. One of them left the site to take respite. When he awoke, his colleagues had disappeared without a trace. Those who kept working all disappeared. The one who left early emerged safe and sound. It would appear that the incident occurred on site.
Now that you mention it, I recall Bravo saying that he took a break. Could someone have entered the site and simply walked away with them?
This leads me to my third point. Mr. Kun-jun here made good use of his, expert techniques to arrive at a conclusion. It was a child that took your men away.
A child? But there are no settlements here for miles around. There's no way a child would have made it over to the mine.
I'm getting Dusky Ming vibes.
Unlikely as it sounds, that's our conclusion. Your men were following a child.
Where did they go?
We believe that they followed the road north, away from the mine and toward the ruins.
North? Right. I'll rally my men and head in pursuit.
Do you need any help?
You've been invaluable to the investigation, but leave the legwork to us. If we set off now and make haste, we might be able to catch them.
Not so fast. The incident occurred 6 days ago. Even if they set out on foot, they will have covered a lot of ground by now.
You're right. New plan. I'll lead my search party over to the settlements further out and make some inquiries. There are only a few settlements around here with lodging for the night. We'll go investigate and see if we can come up with anything. In the meantime, you could keep looking for clues. If we don't see each other, let's reconvene at Wangshu Inn tomorrow evening.
Dang, that's far fucking north.
Agreed.
All the way at Wangshu Inn?
All right. Me and my men will get going.
He's walking slow.
So, they're gonna talk to the people over at the settlements while we keep investigating here.
Correct.
But there aren't any more clues at the mine. Shouldn't we go north?
Wait. I believe we're missing someone.
Huh?
Where's Kunjun?
Oh yeah! Where's Kunjun? Paimon bets he's still investigating. Let's go find him.
Follow my lead.
getting hungry.
Kunjun, what are you searching for? We're all out of clues. Let's get going.
Apologies. I'm conducting a quick search for my own benefit. I'm looking for a precious stone known as Dragonfall.
Dragonfall?
Dragonfall.
Never heard of it.
Dragonfall is often used in forging. What use do you have for it?
I don't know.
Weird.
I'm sorry. I don't recall why I'm seeking it. I've been feeling very absent lately. Name and address aside, I'm having trouble remembering things. In fact, I've been feeling extremely anxious, as if there's something I've forgotten to finish. It's an unpleasant sensation.
Oh, Paimon knows that feeling. When you know you've forgotten something, but you can't remember exactly what it is.
I don't even know where to start with it. I've been aimlessly wandering. That day at the market, I overheard a conversation while I was buying something. They mentioned Dragonfall. It sounded so familiar to me, as if whatever it was I had to do was linked to that stone. So, I decided to look for some.
Weird.
Perhaps if I can retrieve some, I'll remember what it is I have to do.
I see. If I am able to during our endeavor, I will help you look for this stone.
Really? Oh, thank you, Mr. Zhongli. You're too kind.
Think nothing of it.
Shouldn't we get going?
Heading north from the chasm, we'll reach Lingju Pass. If this is indeed the path they chose, there will be traces.
Great! Let's have a look.
Alright. Sounds like a plan. Truth and stones. Shifting earth and lost threads come to light. I forgot to get the geomunculus on the boat. I just remembered.
There's no end to this.
Come on!
You're open. You're open. You're open.
Screw it.
You're open. You're open.
I can still fight! Advance!
You're open.
Hey! Cut to the chase. Steady as stone.
Into the water you go.
No one escapes my sights.
Charge!
As a good knight should.
Advance!
Welcome to the arena of fate.
Welcome.
Leave it all to me.
Charge! Follow my lead. Press the advantage!
You're open.
Alright. Oh, there's one
Oh
left.
dear. Everyone's law tree is still still on. I must leave no
Oh, there's
stone
someone in a
unturned.
cage. How did I miss that?
Fall in!
No escape!
Well, that one fell far. I ain't getting that.
Nowhere to hide. That's everything. On to the next.
Oh, this is a side quest. We got distracted.
I'm all for work-life balance, but I think this is pushing it.
No distractions. We're here for Zhongli. It's his special day after all.
There are tracks here. These must have been left by the miners.
Let us make our way to the end of Lingju Pass. If there are no footprints there, it would suggest that the miners are still within the pass itself. However, if we find new tracks, we can follow them wherever they may lead.
Oh, Rune Guard. Oh, footprints. That's what we're here for.
Hey! Footprints!
It would appear that they made their way through Lingju Pass and kept moving.
If we follow their footprints, we should be able to find where they went.
That's a lot of Ruin Guards around here.
Oh no! The footprints end here!
We should inquire with anyone nearby. If the miners came through here, they may well have seen them.
Alright, we have a settlement.
I'll catch up. Hi there! Have you seen anyone dressed like a miner around here?
A miner? I'm afraid not.
Let's try someone else.
One down.
Hello! Have you seen any miners nearby? About this tall? 4 of them?
Stop bothering me. Can't you see I'm cloud watching?
People do that still?
Jeez, a little grumpy, aren't we? Whatever. Let's go ask someone else.
Ling. Oh, come on. Not now.
Don't be a killjoy. We've only just
Leave it up to me.
That all you got? Run! Well, don't be a killjoy! We've only just begun! I miscalculated.
Hey there! Seen any miners?
It must have been about 4 or 5 days ago. There were a few men who came through here carrying baskets and picks. I guess that could have been them.
Yeah, that's them!
4 or 5 days ago. It appears that they were moving slower than we'd anticipated. Traversing the geography of Lingju Pass must have held them up.
It was so strange. 4 big guys with lifeless expressions. It was like they were in some sort of trance. And there was a child staggering in front of them.
This sounds like Monaco Real, but I could be wrong.
Huh. This child. Did you see what they look like?
I caught a glimpse. Blue hair, short. I think it was a girl. She wasn't smiling. In fact, she looked very serious.
And they took this road?
Is this Singshu? Singshu book guiding people around again?
Yes, they followed it straight from here.
Let's go after them!
Oh, there's a waypoint I haven't gotten over here. More footprints.
More footprints. There's a person over there!
Help! Please save me!
Is that one of the people we're looking for? Oh, rescue first! Ask questions later.
Oh yeah, you're right, it could be Chi-Chi. Wait, does she have blue hair? I thought she had like a more purplish hair.
Incoming! Hey! Hey!
Advance!
I must leave no stone unturned. Time to clean up.
Pull in!
Steady as stone.
Charge!
Let it rain! Don't blink! Cut to the chase!
I must leave no stone unturned.
Come on! Rally!
Leave it all to me.
Howard. With this buff, we do about 200 more damage.
I'll catch up. I missed a spot. Steady as stone.
Get him!
As a good knight should.
Fall in!
Leave it all to me.
Alright.
Those monsters were so aggressive. They must have noticed me walking through. Before I knew it, they were all over me. Thank you all for saving me.
You're one of the Jade Chamber secretaries, aren't you? Or no, this is researcher.
My name is Wanyu. I belong to Liyue's Shengyu Hall. I head up our human culture and civilization research.
Huh? You sure you're not a miner?
A miner?
Yeah, we're looking for a group of 4 strong fellas carrying mining equipment.
I think I saw those people.
Really?
Yes. I set off from Nantianmen the day before yesterday, heading for Lingju Pass. About halfway there, I came across some people. A few men and a child.
Can you be a bit more specific? Really? Do we need her to?
I was in a hurry. I didn't get a good look. I'm afraid I'm not even sure what they looked like.
I think that's all we needed to hear. Thank you.
Thank you, Zhongli.
I hope it's useful to you. I'd better get going. There's a conference I need to attend. Again, thank you all for your help.
Oh, there's his fake vision. It's right at the bottom of his ponytail.
According to this scholar, the miners were heading for Nantianmen.
Can we be absolutely sure that it was the men that we're looking for?
Not absolutely, but pretty sure.
A child with a group of adults. Sounds pretty close to Paimon.
Could have been a different group.
But...
Hey, perhaps that rock over there can tell us more.
Aha! Paimon nearly forgot about our secret weapon.
It looks promising. I'll do my best.
Speak the language of stone, my friend. I now bequeath you the title of Stoner. Oh, I barely got an image of that.
It's the same group, all right. They followed this road.
Mr. Kunjun, your stone seeing is something I won't forget in a hurry.
I suppose it is an asset, though I rarely find a use for it. But praise from Mr. Zhongli is high praise indeed.
It's a good thing we brought our Kunjun compass along. We would have lost all sense of direction a long time ago.
Perhaps this guy is being set up to be the next GEO Archon.
You think so? I guess it's been a worthwhile trip then. It feels like we're cracking a criminal case. It's a lot of fun.
Be that as it may, we would do well to keep our guards high. 4 fully grown men in a trance-like state, walking ceaselessly day and night, over hills and mountains, led by a child. This is no ordinary incident.
Oh, you're quite right, Mr. Zhongli. We should have our wits about us.
That's not all. Our scholar was attacked by Geovishap hatchlings, but the level of aggression they exhibited was unusual. We have encountered many clues along the way. So far, they've pointed us in the right direction. The miners headed in the direction of Nantianmen the day before yesterday. From here, they would have had to navigate a perilous mountain road. If their destination is indeed Nantianmen, we should be able to catch up with them.
Great! No time to lose!
I left a mark in the vicinity just now. If Uncle Dai does pass through here, it should guide him to us.
Clever thinking! A classic Zhongli move!
I thought we didn't need to guide him to us. I thought we were just going to meet back up at Wangshu Inn when we're done.
I'll catch up.
Ooh, nice. I didn't see where the third one went. Oh, it's over there.
Let's distribute these among our forces.
I need stamina. Stamina. I need to get that stamina up. The top still seems so far away. Alright. Only about 200 meters to go.
Follow my lead.
Man, this is taking me to all the fucking waypoints that I haven't been to yet.
Follow my lead.
There's a basket lying here, too. This must be one of the miners.
Hey! Hello? Can you hear us?
Judging by his appearance, he must have collapsed from exhaustion.
Yes, and eaten or drank in 6 days.
Should we wake him up?
I can still dig.
Sounds like he's whispering something.
Looks like he's struggling. Looks like he's trying to stand up.
It seems that he thinks he still has work to do. Something's not right. There's a camp nearby. We should take him there and monitor his condition before deciding our next move.
Zhongli whole day. Convenient that this camp is right here.
How is he? He won't die, right?
He's worked himself into a stupor. Thankfully, he's not in serious danger.
Hyman heard him talking about digging for something. Did he dig himself into this state?
No, he spent 6 days walking this way in a trance and hasn't eaten, slept, or probably drank water in that amount of time. All things considered, probably should be dead.
It's certainly a possibility.
Wasn't he brought here?
It looks like there's something in his pocket. Are these ore fragments?
Indeed.
I just witnessed the memories within these ore fragments. This person brought these fragments out of the mine. He's one of the 4 that we're searching for.
How he came to be here is what we need to understand.
He followed a kid in a trance. Just try to find that kid.
So he was kidnapped and then abandoned here. But if they didn't need him, why bring him all the way out here?
Unless something happened. Something that led him to fall behind.
Ugh. Paimon's had enough. This is too mysterious.
Oh, wait a moment. Seeing these fragments has jogged my memory. I have something for you.
What is it? Ooh, is it a present?
Why would it be a present, Paimon?
Something for us?
As I mentioned, before I met Uncle Dai, I was in a daze. After setting out with you on this case, it feels like a fog is lifting. I was so happy when Uncle Dai enlisted you to help. I would never have managed to track down these clues by myself. These are some crystals that I bought from the market. Not any old crystals, mind you. This purity is extraordinarily rare. One for each of you. A memory, if you will.
It's beautiful. Oh, and the colors change as you turn it. It's like a different crystal from each angle.
Sounds like bismuth.
But of course, take it. And this one is for Mr. Zhongli. Huh? Is something wrong? Not to your liking?
On the contrary. I just hadn't anticipated receiving a gift during the current circumstances.
I didn't either, to be honest.
But thank you. I will take good care of it.
I'm pleased you like them. It's nice to be able to give a gift that others can appreciate. Oh, I see more rocks over there. You should all get some rest. I'm going to scan the surroundings. Perhaps there are more memories to uncover.
You sure like rocks, huh, Kunjun?
Ores are the crystals of the earth, the sediment of time itself. I feel at peace among them. Get some rest and call me when you're ready to set off. I won't be far.
He'll be okay on his own, right?
Rest easy. I surveyed the area. There's no danger here.
Good.
Oh, however, there is something I wanted to discuss with you.
Huh? What's with the seriousness all of a sudden?
Traveler, does Dragonfall mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't.
You mean the ore that Kunjun's looking for? What's so special about it?
Dragonfall is an incredibly rare ore used in forging. The majority of regular crystals are formed in high-temperature environments. Dragonfall, on the other hand, is formed as a product of elemental reactions.
Elemental reactions can produce material objects?
Indeed they can. However, only a minority can survive for long periods of time. Dragonfall first emerged in the midst of a great battle, thousands of years ago. Powerful clashes of elemental energy gave birth to elemental crystals. When the fighting ceased, these geological remnants were miraculously preserved.
Cool, so it's a rock that formed when gods fought. Good to know.
And yet they are crystal creations all the same. Few and far between, relatively unknown. A few hundred years ago, they were virtually mined into obscurity. Why is it then that a citizen of Liyue now wishes to strike upon ore that has long since vanished from the earth?
Yeah, if he knows of its existence, surely he knows all of it's already been mined. Weird. Paimon doesn't get it.
There are those in the mining trade who retain a keen interest in Dragonfall. But for someone like Mr. Kunjun, whose motivations for seeking it are unclear even unto himself, it's practically unheard of.
Perhaps he has ulterior motives?
Ulterior motives? Is he a villain?
Paimon, ulterior motives do not mean villain.
A conclusion that is presently impossible to reach. We must watch and wait. Don't forget, Rescuing those miners is the primary objective. As for anything else, sooner or later the tide will reveal the lie of the land. We're drawing closer to our goal. I believe we should continue to follow this road through. Now that we've found one, the others won't be far away. When you're well rested, call Mr. Kunjun over to us. We still have more investigation ahead. We should ensure this miner is settled here at the camp. Once we've brought this matter to a close, we can return and attend to him. I suggest we leave a note for Uncle Dai. If he does find the camp, he'll know what to do.
Alright. Archaic stone.
No problem. I'm done here.
Any results, Mr. Kunjun?
There are many beautiful rocks here, but nothing out of the ordinary. I couldn't find any clues. Then again, the memories of ore can shift with the passage of time and the changing of the environment.
Is there a pattern to it?
Difficult to say. I feel that ore memories tend to be from the recent past.
So there's never any ancient memories?
Rocks endure, but as eons pass, their memories are erased. Those memories that survive are rooted in powerful emotion or thought.
In the end, the forest will remember. And the rocks will forget.
That makes sense. It is the same for people.
Indeed. Let's keep going.
Ancient tree. Oh yeah, this is that tree that I stumbled across a long time ago.
Wow. Such an immense tree.
And there's so many mysterious looking crystals up there too. Amazing.
This ancient tree. Let's conduct separate investigations. I'll take that area. Perhaps you could survey this section.
Sure.
All right then.
Kunjun, can you see anything worth investigating?
Well, there is this stone tablet here.
Doesn't seem very interesting. Paimon's gonna look over there.
Sam, it's the very interesting part.
Huh. It's worth a try, surely. Let me see. Oh!
What happened?
This is...
Hey, what's wrong?
just a bit lightheaded. It's past. Nothing to worry about.
Did you see anything?
Not yet.
Whatever. Paimon's going to investigate over there. Why don't you climb the tree and have a look?
You sure there'll be clues in the tree?
If you don't try, you won't know. Anyway, you'll be able to get a good look at our surroundings from up there.
You think so?
No, not really.
When has Paimon ever come up with a bad idea, Wait a minute. Paimon can fly. All right, Paimon will go. You wait here. Paimon will...
All of you, come here.
Huh? Zhongli's voice came from behind the tree. Did he find another clue? Quick, let's go see. Maybe he found another miner.
Life endures in heaven and earth, thanks to the merciful Adeptus. On this site lies an evil dragon. Please do not disturb it. Yipes.
This has been newly dug. It would appear our answer is up ahead. Compose yourselves. I will lead us in. There is an unusual presence emanating from inside the tunnel. Prepare yourselves and tread lightly.
Secret domain.
Listen.
The missing miners are here. What are they digging for?
I'm afraid that this whole tunnel is the fruit of their strenuous labor.
That gate. Has it been there all along?
Probably.
Digging a tunnel to this ancient seal. Had they not been discovered, they would undoubtedly persevere until the gate.
So behind the seal, there's...
Bad stuff. Evil dragon.
What do we do? We can't hurt them.
Uh-oh. That's not good. That's even worse. Loading. Azhdaha, sealed lord of Vishaps.
What type of monster is this?
Morax, you arrive at my doorstep of your own volition. Excellent. Taking revenge for sealing me away will be all the easier.
So, the little girl is your power incarnate. But if you recall, Azhdaha, this is not how we intended for events to transpire.
Waste not your
Azhdaha?
words. Your life is mine. There's no atonement for 1,000-year pain.
Come on. Heal everybody out. This music.
I missed a spot.
Face me! Crumble!
Quake! Nothing to fear. Solidify.
Will not absolve you!
Gather.
From rock to dust, sooner or later.
Stabilize!
Crumble!
I wish jumping made that magic damage like it does in Elden Ring.
Is once not enough? You would forsake me again?
If that is what you choose to believe, so be it. He who bears the weight of memory is destined to shoulder the burden of truth, as it ought to be.
Solidify! This is order.
That's so much damage.
Charge!
Come on, Zhongli, you got this.
Careless.
There is no atonement for 1,000 years of pain!
No escape! I'll race you there! Nowhere to hide.
Gather!
Crumble! Morax! You think you can destroy me?
Stabilize!
Steady as stone.
Advance!
Be crushed! Fisher!
That
I missed
hurts.
the spot.
Gather!
Come! Experience
Come on.
an eon of suffering!
Oh, his tail is a tree, I just noticed. This music
The enraged earth
is way more epic than this boss fight
absolve
is making it out to be.
I must leave no stone unturned.
Charge!
Time to clean up.
Come on.
From rock to dust, sooner or later. Crumble!
Speed of light.
There is no atonement for 1,000-year pain!
Solidify!
Thank you for shields. I really need his damage.
Fisher!
Hey! Got lucky that time. Cut to the chase.
The enraged Earth will not absolve you!
Gather! I will have order!
No, not the mountain's permanence.
Incoming. Hey! Go, Baron Bunny! Don't blink!
Gotcha.
Morax, 1,000 years after you sealed me underground, you return for the second time.
You should call it by its name, Azhdaha. Fate.
Fate? Fate? So here lies the wisdom of the gods. Destroy all deemed redundant. Enlist tyrants to ravage the wilderness.
No. You have forgotten.
That voice!
Azhdaha.
Huh? Kunjun?
Morax. It's been a while.
Kunjun.
You're...
Azhdaha. The very same.
You're kidding me, right? Now it's Kunjun with a question mark.
During the battle, you imbued us with your power.
Yes. It was all I could manage.
Then which one is the real Azhdaha? Azhdaha. I don't know how to pronounce that.
Forgive me for concealing the truth, traveler. There were things that only became clear to me upon reaching this tree. Allow me to elaborate. I am not Azhdaha the whole, but a fragment. Heaven and earth, yin and yang, opposing forces. You can consider the existence of me and the Azhdaha you see there to be a reflection of such polarities. We are a schism of the will of Azhdaha.
Weird.
So there are two Azhdahas?
No, it can't be. That's impossible.
Improbable, even.
When the seal loosened, your power manifested in this world as a child. With this new identity, you were able to vent about the forces that suppressed you. But would anyone listen? Would they even care? That's when it occurred to you. The loosening of the seal constituted an opportunity to strike back. Kidnapping the miners was all in aid of digging to the entrance to the seal itself. Your plan was to launch an attack on both ends, from outside and within, thereby fully destroying the seal.
The audacity! Are you insane? If you truly are a part of me, how is it you find yourself standing on the side of the betrayer?
I was another power awakened with the loosening of the seal. Too weak to reincarnate, but strong enough to possess a human body. I was barely conscious. I couldn't remember who I was. Only the past would elicit a reaction from me. But my aim was clear. Find Morax, and aid him in stopping you.
I had sensed that something was amiss when you mentioned Dragonfall. Had your power been but a little stronger, I would have recognized you.
Who is this?
Don't blame yourself. I have changed beyond all recognition. Only when I touched the stone tablet did I truly remember. It's been so long. A secret beyond all comprehension of youthful humanity and ancient dragonkind. Morax, do you want to tell the tale?
There would be no harm in it. The decision is yours.
You haven't changed. Then allow me. Azhdaha was once a friend and ally of the GEO Archon Morax, with a lifespan far exceeding that of mankind. However, that which is derived of the Earth is no more or less than the Earth itself. The memories of rocks do not last long. Those memories that survive are rooted in powerful emotion. But as time passes, so these memories fade into obscurity. Erosion is the world's greatest destroyer of memories.
Erosion?
Erosion ground Azhdaha's consciousness into oblivion. Slowly, he forgot the face of his old friend, and his memories of defending Liyue Harbor disintegrated. Azhdaha, now incomplete, became irascible, aggressive.
What would you expect? It was humanity that attacked the ley lines that sustained me.
This much is true, which is why you attacked the chasm, why you waged war against Morax. In the beginning, in order to open up new territory and increase production, the citizens of Liyue came to the mountains to mine. Overexploitation caused the ley lines to quake, which brought untold suffering to us.
Uh-huh.
Erosion made us even more savage. No matter how we struggled, we lost the ability to coexist with humanity. We lost all reason. Morax shared with us some of his power to prevent further erosion, but it was futile. Everything returns to dust. It is the natural order, an unstoppable force. And so, we became you. And from your will, I emerged. I am your final contract. Witness the promise between Azhdaha and Morax. You can hate me, but you cannot deny me.
No. No!
I am the remnants of Azhdaha's benevolence, the echo of a contract set in stone. I harbor a willingness to go further, a willingness to coexist peacefully with mankind.
So how exactly did you guys get split into two? I know you said it, but it didn't sound clear.
No. It is I, Azhdaha, forged of elemental crystal, bearer of the weight and memories of the earth, older than the mountains and the oceans at the sides. I will not swear allegiance to this insect.
Morax is not an insect.
A lord over insects is nothing but an insect in turn.
I mean, when you put it that way.
You forgot yourself. Nobody held Morax in higher regard than you or I. That which you have forgotten, I hold here in my heart. If you are the memory of the Earth, then I am the memory of coexistence. Of coexistence with humanity. All powers under heaven, rise and fall of land and sea.
A star appears within the wild. A sun ascends as bright as Jade. Strange. What is this feeling? And all this?
You are spent, and I will soon disappear. Before I do, heed these words. In the wilderness, snow falls on a spring day. In an instant, it will melt. Even where it is fleeting and leaves no trace. Even where it will never fall again.
No! That isn't true! I don't accept this as fate!
Perhaps it isn't, but it remains an inevitable misfortune.
More!
I cannot take this thing seriously in the form of that little girl.
The little girl vanished!
Eroded.
Are you satisfied, Azhdaha?
I had to make amends. Satisfaction had no part in it. So, Morax, you call yourself Zhongli these days?
I do.
Well, I'm afraid old habits die hard. To me, you're Morax.
As you please.
I never did forget your gift of sight.
I hardly lifted a finger. Think nothing of it.
Okay.
And yet, you could see. You wouldn't know the yearning of a blind dragon, searching for the sun. A pair of eyes, from Morax to Azhdaha. This. I will remember this.
Your power is nearly spent.
Perceptive as always, my friend.
I like how Aether's just kind of here. Again, doing nothing.
Shall we get going, you and I?
Surely the pressing matter is still that of the miners trapped outside the seal.
Indeed. Hence the need to get going. To fix the damage left in your wake.
Straight down to business as always. Let's go.
Alright. Well, this was a fun endeavor. We learned so much and have still so many questions.
Huh? How did we get here? We need to go back and check on the miners!
And we'll die.
So there you are. My men and I found your clues and followed them straight here. We found Mao in a tent at the campsite unconscious. It seems he'll be okay. Sadly, we found no trace of the other three. Huh? Young Kun, what is...
Nothing. Pay it no mind. Those three miners are over there, in that cave.
Cave? What happened?
They're exhausted, but not in danger. Don't worry.
Just 6 days of mining and no eating.
Right. Well, thank you, all of you. I better go and see how they're doing.
So you're taking them back to Liyue Harbor?
That's right.
Can I come with you?
No problem. You rescued my men. I'll be happy to assist all of you in any way I can. I'll be back soon. I need to assess their condition.
Kunjun, we should be calling you Azhdaha. You're coming back to Liyue Harbor too, right?
Not I. Merely this body. Once I'm gone, the true owner will accompany the miners back to Liyue. Kunjun hails from a family of famous artisans. He too will be famous in time. It would be a shame for someone of his talent to go missing.
You always did have a great admiration for blacksmiths.
Curious how swords and daggers are blind, yet their creators see so much. Perhaps empathy is mankind's proudest achievement after all.
Azhdaha, I am no longer the GEO Archon.
I can sense it.
Today I am just an ordinary citizen of Liyue.
Even you met such a fate. Let's get the difficult part out of the way. I cannot guarantee that I won't be awoken a second time.
No matter. If that day comes to pass, Liyue must prepare itself to face you.
And how will Liyue fare without Rex Lapis?
Even without a god above, this remains a nation of men. I was once their god. I ought to be here to witness their rise and fall.
All life is shaped and then ground away by the endless flow of time. You were always the strongest among us. Yet, it would seem that even you have been eroded. That's unimportant. Fate is ordained by heaven. Even if our mission had already concluded, it would be cowardly not to strike out on the road of departure.
There's that loom of fate thingy that's also the Abyss Order's looking for. Makes me more curious about what's going on with that.
You may live forever, doomed to a lonely existence. Yet, even this is temporary. When you reach the end of time, those people, those past and future relationships predetermined by fate, they will be waiting for you.
I do not pretend to match your rhetoric when it comes to the subject of a life long lived. I fear that the life of an elemental being is longer than any in this world.
Were it not so, you would have killed me long ago, and would not be having to face me again now.
You've brought a smile to my face. When all is said and done, a reunion between old friends is an auspicious occasion.
That day in the chasm. Did you hesitate?
A heart of stone is a heart nonetheless. But I am the god of contracts, and was for a time a god of the people of Liyue.
You chose justice, but did not forsake your kindness. You came to me not as an assassin, and so I was willingly sealed away.
The movements of the Earth Dragon can tremble the earth and shake the heavens. With your abilities, even at my full strength, I struggled to confront you, let alone seal you away.
Hence my inception. Do not forget that I was there with Liyue's founder. The face may have changed, but the content of the contract remains intact. Old friend, god of contracts, I hereby honor our agreement.
Thank you, Azhdaha.
My life is nigh on eternal. I will go on with the infinite flow of time. And you, Morax, you too will live for many a day to come.
You're leaving?
If it is fated, Morax, we will meet again.
And there he goes. The real Kunjun.
Yes. Don't be alarmed. He's only asleep.
Whoa. That was so weird. It was like he suddenly became another person.
It's kind of how possession works.
In fact, we have yet to meet the real Kunjun.
But what about Azhdaha? He was a great friend of yours.
He was. Centuries may have passed since then, but events from 1,000 years ago remain crystal clear in my mind.
In our last tale, Rex Lapis was walking alone in the mountains. He heard a remote voice, unlike any other, coming from a crack in the earth.
Most of the ancient GEO life forms that live below Liyue are blind, having not seen the sunlight for an age.
The voice was sometimes sad and song-like. Other times it was loud and thunderous. The Lord of GEO searched here and there before finally unearthing a strange stone from the bedrock.
That's how Azhdaha was. I answered his wish and took him above ground.
The Lord of GEO took pity on the rock spirit and carved it into a magnificent work of craftsmanship, a vivid representation of a dragon.
I bestowed him with a pair of eyes to see the world and came to an agreement with him.
With his fingers, he made 2 eyes, quicker than words could tell. Lightning flashed and thunder roared, and a living, breathing dragon soared into the clouds.
I agreed to let him live among the people above ground. But if the day ever came when he brought ruin to order, he would once again be sealed in the dark.
The dragon accompanied the Lord of GEO, fighting campaigns alongside him in the 4 corners of the world. We have a saying to eulogize these events. The crash of a spear brought billowing dust. The mountains and waters made way at the sound. The sight of a dragon bestowed with a touch the promise of rainwater blessing the ground.
Huh. Shortly after, Uncle Dai volunteers to take the unconscious Kunjun back to the city along with the Myers.
A 1,000 years ago, Azhdaha attacked the chasm. I tried to obstruct him, fighting him tooth and nail down the length and breadth of the mine. Finally, I brought him down and sealed him underground. During that battle, Dragonfall was born. Azhdaha could sense the stone. Subconsciously, he wanted to use it to find me. Despite being the victor, I could not claim to be stronger than he. And in his heart, he still retained an ounce of goodwill towards me, towards Liyue, towards life above ground. He was willing to be sealed away, but as the erosion set in, he forgot.
The power of erosion is scary. Have you also been affected by erosion?
Even I cannot avoid it. But there is something I understand better than most. When the door opens, it is time to leave.
Happy birthday, Zhongli.
The greater the power, the greater the danger erosion may bring about. The millennia may come and go, but even a stone may tire.
Is that why you chose to step down as the GEO Archon?
Personally sealing away an old friend. This is just one form of erosion I have endured. People abandon and surrender the things they love to pursue the right path. Perhaps this is the erosion imposed on me by the heavenly principles. But I was a god of mankind. My identity may change, but my eyes will bear witness to the history of humanity.
You still care a lot about Liyue.
Call it part of my duty. I must thank you both.
No worries.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
Oh?
I want to ask you something.
About what?
About my sister.
Oh yeah, Paimon nearly forgot. So, not long ago, we met a guy called Dane. He told us about Conria and the punishment of the gods. That's when we realized that those events were connected to the person we're searching for.
My sibling.
Zhongli, You're a god. You've lived through thousands of years of history. Surely you experienced the incident?
I don't know why it took them this long to think to ask that. Granted, we don't really have an opportunity to go back and talk to Zhongli all that much. But you would think that we would get more information from him or backtrack and talk to him at every opportunity we could, considering how many years he's lived and how much experience he has.
I cannot say.
Why? You can't
Come on,
give
man.
us a thread of information? This is so important to us.
Come on, what's going on with Conria?
I understand. But I must apologize. This is my contract.
Motherfucker! This is why we're bumping you down to fucking... I really don't want to bump you down to third place. I still like you better than Venti. Fine. Well, you get to keep second place for now, man.
You mean another past grievance? Like the incident with Azhdaha? Too painful to talk about?
It was signed before it all began. I have always honored the contract. And kept my silence.
How can you be like that?
You two are friends to me. I can assure it brings me no pleasure to disappoint you. But as the god of contracts, I cannot go back on my word.
I believe you.
Would you be ready to find out?
Perhaps.
It appears your understanding of this world continues to grow. There are many events of ages past, many secrets that lie hidden. They have been eroded by time, forgotten by the people, abandoned. But you are capable of finding them and bringing them into the light. Those who come to witness will witness. Those who are born to remember will remember. If you take the same road as that person, there may be more difficulties ahead. But as long as you firmly believe that you are on the right path, everything
has meaning. No mere stone.
This tablet was erected by Mountain Shaper. It names Azhdaha as a terrible dragon, and serves as a warning for later generations to stay away from this place, from the seal. It's a shame. There is a fine line between good and evil. If the good and evil within him could be summarized in a single sentence... Well, never mind.
You gaze quietly at Zhongli as he stands beneath the tree. Amidst the quiet, only a soft sound of wind can be heard. Time seems to transform into an invisible river, trickling away. A fleeting moment, 1,000 years in the mortal world. The rocks feel it, and so too does the earth and the gods. Well, this is a new boss, I guess. Beneath the Dragon Queller. Well, I feel like this is a good stopping point. It's been fun. I hope you all enjoy your new year. And many more to you as well. Happy birthday to Zhongli. Happy birthday to anyone else's birthday it would happen to be. And if you're watching this on YouTube after the fact, also happy birthday, even though this is probably a couple days afterwards by then. Ta-ta for now.